Good evening. We begin tonight with that fatal phone call. The former Sangamon County deputy charged with first-degree murder in court, days after an appellate court ruled he can get out of jail. Sean Grayson is charged in the shooting death of Sonia Massey. Grayson killed Massey in July after she called 911 for help. The incident was caught on body camera. Grayson's been behind bars since his arrest in July. News Channel 20's Monique Davis is working for you to share what happened inside the courtroom. Monique?
That's right, Sean Grayson was not in the courtroom today. Instead, he appeared via video conference. He'll stay in jail until at least Friday, when he's expected to. On Friday, the judge will determine the conditions for his release. He's getting out after the Illinois appellate court ruled last Wednesday that the circuit court rulings to detain Grayson was improper. Sonia Massey's family was present in the courtroom, and her father, James Wilburn, says Grayson must pay the prices for his crimes.
When my daughter can get up and walk out of that cemetery, then he can get out of jail.
The 4th District Appellate's Court found prosecutors failed to provide sufficient evidence that Sean Grayson would be a threat to the community upon his release. Grayson asked for pretrial release twice, but was denied both times. Reporting in Sangamon County, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. Now, coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 6, find out what conditions Grayson may have to follow in order to be released. That's outside the courtroom this morning. Protesters gathered demanding justice for Sonia Massey. This is just one of many rallies that have happened since her death back in July. Now to the fatal phone call. The former Sangamon County deputy charged with first-degree murder in court, days after an appellate court ruled he can get out of jail. Sean Grayson is charged in the shooting death of Sonia Massey. Grayson killed Massey in July after she called 911 for help. The incident was caught on body camera. Now, Grayson will be released from jail once a judge determines the conditions for his release. News Channel 20's Monique Davis is working for you to share the potential conditions legal experts are saying Grayson might have to follow. Monique?
That's right. I spoke with the law professor from Chicago-Kent School of Law, and he tells me the judge has to set restrictions for Grayson's release since the state could not prove that he's a flight risk to the community.
And the judge has to set conditions which are the least restrictive conditions available.
The 4th District's Appellate's Court found prosecutors failed to provide sufficient evidence that Sean Grayson would be a threat to the community if released. Law expert Richard Kling says the judge who sets the restrictions for the former deputy's release has a variety of options to choose from.
The judge can have regular reporting. The judge can have electronic monitoring. The judge can have GPS, where if the person is restricted to a particular location and they go out of the location, it notifies authorities immediately.
Kling added the conditions could also include house arrest.
Any one of a number of conditions that the judge will set in order to give the least restrictive conditions for somebody that the judge believes is no longer detainable.
Sangamon County State's Attorney John Millhiser released a statement last week saying, quote, "The Sangamon County State's Office is committed to seeking the continued pretrial detention of Sean Grayson." Millhiser says the defendant has demonstrated that he cannot comply with the conditions and is a danger to the community after his inexcusable actions on July 6 when he shot Sonia Massey. Now Grayson will appear back in court on January 13th for a pretrial hearing. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. Now, Sean Grayson will also appear in court on January 13th for a pretrial hearing. The NAACP Springfield chapter sharing a press release with us reacting to the news. It says in part, quote, "This decision underscores the ongoing need to address implicit bias within our judicial system. The circuit court's prior rulings reflected the gravity of the charges against Mr. Grayson and the profound impact on the Massey family and our community." End quote. Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.